Last week, it was announced that Sony Pictures Funimation would be acquiring Crunchyroll, meaning that the top two anime-specific licensors in the United States have now become one. Funimation is calling this a win for anime fans, and Crunchyroll is reassuring fans that they're still the same company. It's unclear right now how this is a win for fans, but it might be referring to the Funimation and Crunchyroll deal in 2016, which saw the companies work together to share parts of their catalogue. The deal broke down in 2018 after Sony acquired Funimation, and the two companies returned to fighting over licenses, while Crunchyroll took refuge in a new slate of originals. Right now, there's still a lot more to find out. As Crunchyroll states, this is just the beginning. But let's speculate a bit about how we got here and where it's going. Sony Pictures is acquiring Crunchyroll for a whopping $1.175 billion. The reasoning for this was pretty clear. AT&T has a massive debt, and so they're offloading as much as they can as quickly as they can. Surprisingly, they kept on to Warner Bros. Games, which will be launching new Batman and Suicide Squad titles, but they are offloading Crunchyroll. Originally, they were trying to sell it for $1.5 billion, but Sony balked at the price, prompting it to get lowered to $1.175. They're buying Crunchyroll, but that comes with their subsidiaries as well. So this includes Crunchyroll Studios, the team that created ONYX, EQUINOX, and High Guardian Spice. It also includes Crunchyroll Games, who recently announced they would be publishing Princess Connect Redive, and it also includes their move into Europe through the acquisition of Viz Media Europe. It also includes the acquisition of MX Media, the infamous translation company built on underpaying translators. On that latter point, it's unclear whether that will be fixed here. Funimation does pay translators more, even if it's still below an industry standard. But when the companies finally do merge, it's unlikely to be a top priority for these massive companies when all the executives are going to be doing is looking at the numbers. There will likely be layoffs, regardless of how these companies choose to merge. A win for anime fans maybe, but mergers are rarely wins for anime workers. I mentioned before that Sony will own Crunchyroll Studios, but I believe that's likely to be short-lived. ONYX EQUINOX hasn't been creating the buzz they likely hoped for, and the company has chosen to indefinitely delay High Guardian Spice, a show that's been complete for over a year now. It remains to be seen if Sony will choose to release it or not. At the same time, Sony now owns Verve, a platform that combines HIDIVE, Crunchyroll, and Rooster Teeth. It used to have Boomerang content, cartoons owned by Warner Bros., but likely due to this deal, they chose to remove Boomerang at the start of December. So with Rooster Teeth also being owned by Warner, Verve under Sony is going to be somewhat toothless and could also face layoffs. Crunchyroll's value is in its acquisitions teams and its relationship with producers in Japan. Even in an industry with Netflix overpaying for everything, Crunchyroll has been able to create co-productions with Kadokawa and Korea's Webtoon for what they're now calling Crunchyroll Originals. But even then, Funimation has its own acquisitions teams, so it's unclear whether they could also be downsized. In the Disney-Fox merger, thousands of people were laid off, and that was relatively light for a merger of its size. This isn't a merger that Crunchyroll wanted, but their parent company's woes forced it. It is a good thing that they're ending up under Funimation, a company that actually cares about anime, but it's clear that not everyone's going to make it to the other side. As I said before, a win for anime fans is not necessarily a win for anime workers. Thanks for watching OTAQUEST in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.